Hello, good morning and welcome. It's the 9th of January and it's just approaching 9 o'clock. Anyway, this is the AUD USD, but we'll just quick look. This is the DXY spot, which is the US dollar against a basket of currencies. And we kind of bottomed out here, and I got a trade in right at the bottom. It actually came back up, as I said before. It cut my trend line. I got a trade in, and we are starting to move up now. And it is this strength in the dollar that is just making basically everything across the board on the majors just go basically the same way. So we'll start off with the AUD US dollar. We actually have a commercials long ratio of 1.5 to 1. It's not a very big ratio, but I think that we're going to see this change. Um, uh, Tonight is when they take the all the figures. So you've got end of trade on a Tuesday. They're going to take all the figures. And I think we're going to see this change to a short position on Friday. I called it short just here where it broke the trend line. Had I not already had trades on here, and I have got a lot of trades on at the moment, I would have gone short myself. But anyway, hey ho. Uh, we got the same thing here. Strength in the US dollar. We're coming back down through. I think this red line might be where I got knocked out, or it's a little bit of support there. So we'll see how it breaks through that. We have a commercial short ratio for the pound of 1.4 to 1. We're still above the 50, but we're pointing down. I do still expect this to move down and hit my 129 line. So we'll give that a couple of months, see what happens. But there's bound to be disasters with the Brexit and unexpected troubles coming up. So we'll see where that goes to, but it will be very interesting. Here we've got the euro dollar. We have got an all-time short position by the commercials on the euro. So this is broke down for the third day. We're approaching. We've got a nice angle on here. It cut through the trend line this day, so I would have called it there where it's yeah. So that's your sell signal. It's coming down nicely. We'll see where that goes. USD CAD. Well, there's still strength coming up for the Canadian dollar from the increased oil prices. I have actually just gone short the oil this morning. It hasn't crossed the trend line, but it's one of these things that I've done it. I wish I hadn't, but it hasn't crossed the trend line. So maybe I should have waited. But put my trend line on this. It's come back up. It went well below the 30.9, bounced off my support line and came back up, and it cut the trend line at a fairly steep angle. So we've got a commercial short ratio of 1.8 to 1 for the Canadian dollar, so that will be long this pair. I think we're going to see some nice strength come through for this. And I might just get a trade in myself a bit later on. USD Swiss franc. Well, we've seen we've seen a bit of strength in the dollar over the week, and basically the Swiss franc hasn't done a lot. We've got a long ratio of 3.5 to 1 for the Swiss franc. So we are expecting a little bit more strength in the Swiss franc. Basically, I would not trade this. This is a safe haven currency, same as the dollar, same as the Japanese yen. I don't really want to trade those against the dollar, which I am a bull of. So there you go. We'll see how that goes. But I could put a trend line up and just wait for it to come back down and cut it. But we'll see where that goes. Same again, US dollar, Japanese yen. Saw a bit of strength for the yen this morning. So although we've had strength on the US dollar, we did have a little bit more on the Japanese yen. Not this morning, it was overnight. We have a commercials long ratio of 5.3 to 1. That is very strong long ratio. In fact, the Swiss franc at 3.5 is fairly good as well. On the crosses, if you take a currency with a short ratio like the euro or whatever, that is a really good diversion short on the crosses. So we've come up, we've gone over the 50, and now we're pointing back down. We've been basically going down for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Um, I am expecting this to break lower. I actually have a trade on it down here, which is very unusual. Very small trade. As I say, nothing I really would want to do. Right, this is the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Now this is getting very interesting. We've come up on the RSI. We've gone above the 69.1, which is good. And now we're coming back down. We haven't actually done a really nice cross. It sort of limped across. So I think maybe we might get a couple more days up before we actually start cutting back down. But we do have quite a large commercials long ratio, so I am dubious of this. In fact, I think I'll just move this trend line over. Yeah. Uh, if on the RSI it's gone up, it's a 14 period, so you only go back 14 candles, which is about there. If the RSI just runs along the top of the 69.1, this will just continue going up and up and up. So if it flats out, it is not actually a sell signal like that. It has to come down at a steep angle. Silver. Well, we've crossed the trend line. We've gone up. We're starting to come back down on this. Short term, if you look at the commitment of trade as a 1 year chart, this does look a little bit bearish. But I think when I did the video on Sunday, it's not a convincing bearish mode. So we'll see how we get on with this little bit of support here. But not 100% convinced by this. Had I not been in too many trades, I would have taken this at the top. But you know, that's the way I am. Again, we're back to the DXY spot, the US dollar against the basket of currencies. So this is starting to go up quite nicely. So we'll leave that for a few days and see how it gets on. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you again tomorrow. Cheers now. Bye.